A father is begging. Not just any father, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, a man who once walked away from the most powerful royal family on earth. He is begging his father, the King of England, to save his children's future. And the king? The king is reportedly desperate to say yes, but standing between a grandfather and his grandchildren is one man, Prince William, the future king, and he is not moving. This is the story that is breaking across royal news right now, this week in May 2026. And trust me, once you hear everything, you will not be able to stop thinking about it. Hi friends, what's up? Oh my goodness, welcome back to Lilly Report. I am so happy you are here today because we have something absolutely massive to talk about. Before we get into it, quick question, and I want every single one of you to answer this in the comments right now. Do you think King Charles will get to see Archie and Lilibet before it is too late? Yes or no, that is all I want. Just yes or no. Drop it down below right now because I genuinely cannot wait to see what you all think. And hey, if you are new to this channel, you picked the perfect moment to arrive. Hit that subscribe button right now because Lilly Report is the place for real royal stories told with real honesty. We do not sugarcoat anything here. Subscribe. You will not regret it. Now let us get into this story. Let us start with the headline that dropped just 2 days ago on May 12th, 2026, and it is genuinely one of the most emotional royal stories to come out in months. Prince Harry has reportedly made a heartfelt and urgent plea directly to King Charles. A plea to secure the royal future of his children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. An insider told reporters that Harry is desperate to correct things with his father, not for himself, not for Meghan, but for his children. For Archie. For Lilibet, because Harry is terrified that time is running out. And the reason he is terrified has two parts. One of them is about titles and power, and the other one is about something far more human, far more painful, and far more urgent. Let us start with the urgent one. King Charles has cancer. He has been in treatment since February 2024. And Harry, who has watched his father's health from thousands of miles away in California, has reportedly become increasingly emotional about one devastating possibility: that his children could grow up without ever really knowing their grandfather. That Archie and Lilibet could lose the chance to build real memories with King Charles while that chance still exists. Sources close to Harry told reporters this week that the Duke believes, and these are the words being used, time is precious. He wants Archie and Lilibet to have a real connection with Charles while there is still an opportunity. He is watching his father fight cancer. He is watching his children grow up. And he is terrified that those two timelines are going to run out before they ever properly meet. Think about that for a moment. A son, estranged from his father, watching his father get older and sicker, desperately wanting his children to know their grandfather before it is too late. That is not a royal drama story. That is a human story. That is something millions of people around the world have lived. And according to insider reports this week, Harry is pushing extremely hard for something very specific. He wants his family to stay at Balmoral Castle this summer. Balmoral is King Charles's beloved Scottish estate, where the royal family gathers every summer. Harry reportedly believes, and this quote is extraordinary, that Balmoral could be the place where things finally start healing. He is not asking for a press conference. He is not asking for a grand royal reconciliation ceremony. He is asking to bring his children to their grandfather's home, to walk in the gardens, to have a meal together, to let Archie and Lilibet see the grandfather who reportedly reads about kings and castles in his books because he knows his real grandfather lives in a real castle. So now let me ask you something, and this time I really want a full comment, not just a yes or no. Do you think Harry is doing the right thing by trying to reconnect with King Charles for the sake of his children? Or do you think it is too late and too much damage has been done? Tell me everything you think. I read every single comment. Everyone. And while you are down there, if you have not subscribed to Lilly Report yet, please do it right now. If you love royal family stories, this is literally the only channel you need. Now here is where the story gets complicated. Because Harry wanting to go to Balmoral and King Charles welcoming that idea are two very different things from it actually happening. And the reason it might not happen comes down to one word: William. According to sources this week, Harry's hopes that King Charles might embrace the chance to see his grandchildren as a way of healing the family are causing significant tension behind the scenes, because William is not on board. William has never been on board with any kind of Sussex reconciliation. And William, as heir to the throne, carries enormous influence over how the palace operates. Earlier reporting this month described the situation as a deeply rooted impasse between Charles and William. Charles approaching this as a father who wants his family back together. William approaching it as a future king who believes bringing Harry back in any capacity would damage the monarchy's credibility and stability. One source described it as a fundamental divergence in how the two men believe the institution should be managed. Charles the father versus William the institution. And right now, the institution is winning. But this week brought another dimension to this story that has not been widely talked about. It involves what Harry has been reportedly feeling as he watches his children grow up in California. Multiple sources this week told reporters that Harry is, and this is the phrase being used, very sad. He is sad that Archie and Lilibet are not part of the extensive family network that their cousins are enjoying. He watches Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis living a life that is surrounded by royal family, by British culture, by ceremonial moments, by extended relatives. He grew up in that world. He knows what it gave him, even with all its difficulties. And his children are growing up without any of it. Archie and Lilibet do not know their Uncle William. They have never spent time with their cousins George, Charlotte, and Louis. Lilibet has met King Charles perhaps once or twice in her entire 4-year life. They are growing up in California, in the sunshine, in a beautiful home, with loving parents. But they are growing up as strangers to the family they were born into. And a television presenter in Australia this week actually took direct aim at Harry over this. On Sky News Australia, presenter Danica DiGiorgio responded to the reports of Harry's sadness with these sharp words, "I do not know what this spoiled brat expects." Her argument was simple and brutal. Harry chose to leave. Harry chose California. Harry chose to write a book that burned every bridge in sight. And now he wants sympathy because his children are missing out on the royal family life that he himself chose to walk away from. It is a harsh take, but it is a take that a lot of people agree with. And it raises a genuinely interesting question that I want to put to you. Can Harry have it both ways? Can he leave the royal family, write Spare, go on Oprah, move to America, file lawsuits against the British government, and then also expect his children to be welcomed back into the heart of the royal family as if none of that happened? What do you think? Because I honestly think this is one of the most complicated questions in this entire story. Drop your answer in the comments. Be honest, there is no wrong answer here. Now let us talk about what is actually coming up. Because the next few weeks and months are going to be absolutely critical for this story, and Lilly Report will be watching every single development. Harry is expected to travel to the United Kingdom in July 2026 for a pre-Invictus Games event in Birmingham. The Invictus Games, Harry's beloved charity games for wounded veterans, will be held in Birmingham in 2027, and there is a 1-year countdown event coming this summer. Harry is expected to attend, and the question that everyone is asking is this: will he bring Meghan? Will he bring Archie and Lilibet? And if he does bring his family to the UK for the first time in 4 years, will King Charles find a way to see them? Would that be the reunion that everyone has been waiting for? Some royal commentators are extremely optimistic. Royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams told the People's Channel this year, and I want to read you his words quite closely because they are significant. He said, and I am keeping this very close to what he actually said, "Yes, absolutely, I certainly do believe Meghan will come to the UK. I think she will also bring Archie and Lilibet. Will they see the king? Yes, I would suspect they will. How often and for how long we do not know. But this has been planned. It has been planned for a long time." Planned for a long time? Those are interesting words, because they suggest that behind the scenes, away from the headlines and the drama, quiet conversations have been happening. Quietly, carefully, people have been building toward a moment where this family might finally, after 4 years, be in the same country at the same time. But there is one enormous obstacle that nobody is talking about enough, and that obstacle is security. Harry's entire ability to bring his family to the UK safely depends on what happens with his security review. Harry has been fighting for years for police protection when he visits the UK. He lost that battle in court. But the Home Office is currently conducting a review of that ruling. And royal expert Jenny Bond made a point this week that cuts right to the heart of it. She said, and this is very close to her actual words, If the security review results in the protection level Harry is demanding, there will be no obvious reason to prevent them coming over as a family. And she said she is sure King Charles would relish the chance to get to know his grandchildren. Relish the chance to get to know his grandchildren. 2 children who are 6 and 4 years old, whose grandfather is the King of England. And he would need to relish a chance, because that chance does not exist right now. There is also one more event in the very near future that is being watched extremely closely by royal insiders. Harry's cousin Peter Phillips, the son of Princess Anne, is getting married on June 6, 2026, in a private ceremony in Cirencester. Harry and Peter have always been close. And while the guest list has not been confirmed, there is real speculation that Harry may attend. And here is why that matters. If Harry attends Peter Phillips's wedding, it would be the first time Harry and William have been in the same room since 2024. The prospect, according to insiders, is already causing tension behind the scenes, because every time Harry comes close to his brother, there is the possibility of either a breakthrough or a complete explosion. And right now, nobody knows which one it would be. Now here is the layer of this story that I think deserves more attention than it is getting. Because everything we have talked about, the Balmoral plans, the Invictus trip, the security review, the wedding, all of it is happening against one particular backdrop. King Charles's health, cancer, still in treatment, still uncertain. And Harry knows this. Harry is watching his father fight this disease from thousands of miles away. And the people close to him say that Charles's illness has changed something in Harry. It has made him more urgent, more desperate, more willing to take steps he might not have taken a year ago. Because Harry knows something that every person who has ever lost a parent knows. Time is not guaranteed. Regret is permanent. And a grandfather who never got to properly know his grandchildren is one of the saddest stories a family can carry. Royal expert Duncan Larcombe said something this week that I have not been able to stop thinking about. He said King Charles's cancer fight fills him with regret over losing Archie and Lilibet. He said the king would never have chosen for things to end up this way. He said Charles has spoken repeatedly and openly about how much he loves being a grandfather, how deeply he values that role. And his 2 youngest grandchildren are growing up in California, thousands of miles away, strangers to his world. A king full of regret, fighting cancer, hoping to see his grandchildren before it is too late, and a son who left, who hurt the family deeply with everything he said and did, who is now desperately, urgently trying to find his way back, not for himself, but so that his children can know their grandfather while there is still time. Whatever you think of Harry, whatever you think of Meghan, whatever you think of the choices they made and the bridges they burned, this part of the story is just heartbreakingly human. Before I go, I want to leave you with one final question, and I really mean it when I say I want to read every single comment. If you were sitting in a room with Harry and King Charles right now, what is the one thing you would say to each of them? Just one thing. What would you say to Harry? And what would you say to Charles? 2 answers. Drop them below. And listen. If this story matters to you, if the royal family is something you follow and care about, then Lilly Report is your home. Subscribe right now. Share this video with someone who loves royal news. Every single subscriber, every single share helps this channel keep bringing you stories like this one. There is a reunion that might be coming this summer. A grandfather, a son, and 2 little children who have never really had the chance to know each other. And the whole world is watching to see if it will actually happen. Lilly Report will be here for every single update. I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye, friends.